Hi, boys and girls. I hope you guys are doing super well. We're going to go ahead and do our reading for today. And we are going to go ahead and dive deeper into Beatrice's goat that we read last week. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so when we think back to Beatrice's goat and we think about the character traits and we think about the problem in there, what I noticed in the story was Beatrice spends her days taking care of her younger siblings and helping in the fields and plowing and in her African village. And she desires so bad to go to school, but her family does not have enough money. So, based on that from the story, what do you notice? What could a good reader ask themselves? Well, you could ask, well, what does this tell me about Beatrice's character? And then what does this tell me about the problem? Okay, so you're going to go ahead and answer that now. Okay, so you could have thought of, well, based on that, she's taking care of her siblings. She's responsible. She's respectful. She's also helping in the fields and helping with her siblings again. So she's a hard worker as well. So you could have thought of those actions. And then the problem, we're noticing that her family does not have a way to send Beatrice to school. They don't have a way for them to earn enough money to provide that resource. So as we continue in this story, where I notice in the story that, well, one day Beatrice's family receives a precious gift from a nonprofit organization, and it is a goat. And this is such a blessing to their family. And so as a reader, I'm going to ask myself this question, and I'm going to ask myself, how does this help with Beatrice's problem? And then what are the main events that help lead up to the solution? So the main event is something like the actions, the important things that lead up to fixing that problem, that lead to the solution. So you can kind of think of it as you have your problem, then you have your main events leading all the way up to your solution. So in between here is where your main events are taking place. Okay? So we're going to pause there, and I want you to think about, well, how does this help Beatrice's problem of not being able to go to school? Okay, so we know that the problem, again, she wanted to go to school, but she doesn't have a way to pay for that schooling. So the main events that lead up to that, well, they receive this goat. This goat provides them milk products and baby goats that they can sell at the market to get some more money, because for her to go to school, she has to pay for it. And so eventually the solution is her family does earn enough money and she is able to go to school. And we know that from the story, she was so excited to go to school. So again, a character trait. What could you think about? I think because it was such a blessing to her that she was able to go to school, she is super thankful. That's a character trait that I would say for her as well. And so when we are trying to come up with the theme and the message and the moral of the story, we are going to think of the character traits, the problem and the solution, and we're going to think of those important events as well. And so we're going to put all these things together to help us develop that theme, to help us develop that theme sentence as well. So again, we're going to think of just the big words first, kind of those key big words to help us make our whole theme sentence. So some big ideas for her character traits. In the story, she's responsible. She's hardworking. I would say she's even thankful. I could have put that on there as well. The problem and solution, I'm noticing there's some resourcefulness. There's some generosity in there as well for the problem and solution. Also, for the important events, again, resourceful, leading up to that solution, and thoughtful of how they're going to use the goat to come up with that extra money to send her to school. So very thoughtful in their decision-making process. So using all these big ideas, we are going to now think of what would be a good central message or theme for Beatrice's goat. Okay, you're going to answer that now. Pick which one do you think? Okay, and I will tell you, something you could have picked would be something unexpected can bring you something good. So something unexpected, like she wasn't able to go to school and, she received a goat. That's pretty unexpected. But from that unexpected thing, it brought something good, some milk products and some ways to earn some extra money. So something good came of it. Okay, thank you all so much for joining me today. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week as well. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.